on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.
On the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what
All
you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G, got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Try run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we tote all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Check it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now. Mind struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock blitz, know they look how it freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just a formal warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them doors on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. Then reload the clip and record the clip. It's go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP. Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
Hello, everyone. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Welcome to episode 214 of the Vitamin G podcast. It is your host, Pharaoh, and I'm all by myself. Everyone decided to show up late today, so I hope I am your favorite panel member. Um, these are gonna be some real short intros, just me. Um, but there's no problem with the caps, man. Um, we let's see, not we, me. Yeah, one man show. I have been playing. I pretty much just been exclusively playing Madden this week. I got sucked up into it. Um, Told myself I was gonna play Tales of Arise today, but I got caught up with some stuff at work, and my daycare provider's on vacation, so I got the kids, so I couldn't really pay attention to the story the way I want to. Um, so yeah, just been mainly playing that, getting ready for Starfield, which I think is available Friday for people who did the premium edition. Um, so looking forward to that, and I do plan on getting Armored Core 6. I haven't bought it yet. Shame on me. WrestleQuest, I don't think I'll be purchasing that, but Armored Core 6 is definitely on the purchase. Um, just haven't gotten around to it yet. Like if I'm not gonna play it, like right then and there, I don't buy it. Um, One of the biggest things that I preach all the time is is to stop buying games day one unless you're gonna play them. They just end up getting caught up in your backlog, and you pay that $60 or $70 premium price for a game that you might not touch for 6 months to a year because you just haven't gotten around to it yet. For Armor Core is definitely gonna happen. Um, so I didn't play Armor Core 5, so Armor Core 6 would pretty much. Well, if I did play Armor Core 5, I don't remember. Um, no, I'm at that age where you play so many games you don't remember what you did or didn't play until you actually did it. Um, but yeah. So I'll be getting Armor Core 6 for sure. But for me, it's pretty much been Madden. Um, Other than that, I haven't had much going on. So I I really don't have nothing else to stall with unless the chat has something they want me to talk about. This might just be the shortest intros ever. Um, Madden is a lot better. Um, the gameplay has improved. Um, the defense and offense, they both play in a way that makes much more sense. And it doesn't feel like one has this major advantage over the other. If you're good at defense, you can win the game by being good at defense. If you're great at offense, you can win the game by being great at offense. So you can be good at one and great at the other and still find ways to win. So I really do enjoy that. Franchise mode is improved. Um, you have six trade slots. They gave you more relocations. You can do more with like custom uniforms and things like that. The mini games are back, which is really good. Um, I would suggest if you're a football fan, um, I would recommend getting it. Is my only real knock on it is that franchise mode isn't crossplay, and NCAA is coming out next year, and you'll be able to import draft classes. So if you're not a person who has to buy a football game every year, I could recommend waiting a year. Also, if you're waiting for the full experience of having college and and NFL. Kofi's game list is not going great. I think I've beaten one game on his games list, and I am still pushing through Yakuza. Um, what's going to happen is I'll probably get to October and I'll just start like crushing them, and I'll knock out at least like four. That's what's going to happen. Just telling you right now, we're going to get to October, and get to that holiday season. Work for me is always really slow, and I'll knock out like four of those games like in no time. Yeah, I've already like I can probably beat Yakuza like days. Like I work from home and my work is pretty slow. Um, yeah, that's me. Damn, no nappy. I need a nappy for topic number one. So I can't stall any longer. This is gonna be nice, quick, short, and simple show unless someone decides to show up. And when they show up, we will intro them and see um, if they have any other perspective on some of these topics. Um, so um, let's go. Further ado, we're jumping into topic one. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time because everyone else decided to play. Uh, so our first topic of the day is AMD announces FSR3. So at Gamescom, AMD announced their new technology along with a new set of GPUs. Um, that actually seemed pretty affordable. I think the highest model, I'd have to look up the name of it. I was looking at it last night. That's like AMD 7600 XT. AMD 7800 XT. Um, that was their highest end model, and that one is going for just $1,000, which just $1,000. You know, that's quite a bit of money, but in terms of graphics cards, for that being their top of the line, it's not that bad. Actually, 784 I'm seeing it right now on Amazon, which is very reasonable when it comes to graphics cards, especially when you consider that um a 4090 is about what 1500, so almost half the price. Now you're not getting the same performance as you would with a 4090, but um for the most part, it's like the gaming experience. You're gonna be able to hit close to 100 frames per second 120 frames per second on most games on um on the top and AMD card as you would on the Nvidia card. The only difference is like you might not be able to hit the same ultra setting when it comes to certain games and maintain certain frame rate. But yeah, FSR3 is their new technology um and they're gonna start integrating it in games pretty soon. The biggest thing with FSR3, and I think what we're seeing with Xbox and them saying that there's no need to do a mid-gen refresh, is that as AMD continues to put out this technology, um, the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, and the one thing about FSR3, my brain's all over the place, is that it's going to be available no matter what kind of GPU you have. So if you have an Intel GPU, NVIDIA, or AMD, you'll be able to utilize the features of FSR3. Um, but in terms of consoles, the one thing FSR3 is going to allow developers to do is to be able to hit 60 frames per second on more games. I'm not saying that for sure. I'm not saying that every title is going to hit um 60 frames per second because I can't guarantee that. But maybe a title like Final Fantasy 16, which I did beat just recently, um, it runs at 30. And if you go into performance mode, you don't get a stable 60. Um, you only get 60 frames per second in combat. So something like FSR3 that technology may be able to help a game like that reach 60 frames per second. So certain games that we've been seeing that have been coming out lately that have only been hitting 30, like a Redfall, that's still sitting at 30 frames per second with no update as to when that's going to be getting a 60 frames per second patch. Maybe FSR3 helps to get there. So that's kind of the most exciting thing that I get out of FSR3. I'm not the biggest technical guy. Um, I can see devs avoiding using FSR to an extent, but being that one, it's available on everything now. I think AMD kind of saw that issue, and now that it's available on literally everything, no matter what GPU you're using, I think that incentivizes it. I also think what it incentivizes it is that it is the dominant. Oh, we got Nappy. But also I think what incentivizes it is that oh, I didn't exit full screen to get off my ugly. Um, but how's it going? But what I was saying is I think that the FSR will also be incentivized by developers because both console platforms use it. So it's not like a lot of these developers can get away from you got some white stuff on your shirt, Abby. Um other side. But yeah, I think that's gonna incentivize them to implement FSR. But yeah, now that Nappy's here, let's go ahead and get an intro from Nappy. Nappy, how have you been doing and what have you been playing? Is that a new microphone? Looks sexy. I like that light on the bottom. Oh, you're muted. Hold on. You're muted. All right, there you go. You're free to
I
speak.
am?
Well, I
Oh,
muted
I'm
you.
sorry.
It's my fault. All right, so you got a new
Okay.
microphone. Looks sexy. Amazon Vine.
All right. So the Amazon Vine gave me, let me review this. The Fifon AMA microphone, which I have the black version.
Oh,
I have the pink version in my box. So I got the pink version of this mic right here.
I'll take the
I
pink one.
also got the this to go along with it. The Fifon
Hold on.
amplifier gaming mixer.
It hasn't stabilized. The image of it hasn't stabilized. You gotta. All right. So.
Let me also.
There we go.
You
it's
see
stabilized.
It?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the Fifon audio mixer. that works with it, which I was like, oh damn, this is nice. Which it was on the Vine program, and of course I got an XLR cable. So now, in a way, I've upgraded my mic setup with an XLR, and I got an audio mixer now, which is nice. But then Vine also had this on a Vine program, so I got 2 of these things. So I don't know what to do the second one as of yet.
I'm about to get on that Vine.
Hold on. You got 2 of what? You got 2 of what?
You got that new sexy microphone. That new sexy microphone with the little light at the bottom.
Yo.
They gave him that.
Yo, you trying to sell it to me, bro?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, also, but hold on. Let me make you see the pink one first, because the other one I got is pink.
Yeah, give me that killer cam.
I don't care what color it is.
Yeah, you can give me that killer cam, Mike.
Yeah.
How about you, Nappy?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about yourself? So this is the pink
I'm
one
fine.
right here.
Yeah, that's sexy.
Yeah.
Kill it.
My man said, "Well, you trying to sell that?" Mic?
I'm be out here saying Dipset with that joint, yo. Let's go.
Yeah, so it's actually a really good XLR mic. This is like a really budget. This is a really budget friendly microphone as far as like for game
sound
streaming.
quality sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you sound great.
Really
Bro.
good.
You sound really good.
Probably sounds better than
Thank
my
you.
mic.
Yeah, so with the XLR and with everything, so I got the whole setup right here. I'm trying to figure out what to do with all this. I don't know, Junpei. I might donate to your streaming gaming funds. That way, you at least have an audio a decent audio setup.
Well,
Yeah, man, I
he
can use
he
it,
can't
bro.
ride with it in the car. That's the only thing. He's always like in the car.
Nah, but see, you know, some of us got to work 3 jobs to be able to support ourselves here.
Oh, yeah. Sorry to answer your question again, Tezo. This amplifier is it's from a company called Fifine, which is FIFINE, and it's a gaming mixer. This is one of their newest products they came out with, and it is only like $50 on Amazon, but right now it's on sale for $45.
Hold on, did you end up with 2 of those too, or just the mic?
No, I got 2 of those as well. I'm using the amplifier right now. It's funny because watch this.
I can change my voice.
Nah, we gotta talk, bro. We gotta talk.
I need one of
I can change the voice to this.
I need one of the mixers from my man.
Holy shit,
That's
that
true.
looks terrible.
Yeah.
I need 2 mixers.
Yeah, so what's actually really cool about this is the because XLR has always been known to be a lot better.
Oh, for sure. Over USB, any fucking day in
Yes.
the week. Absolutely.
And this mic does work with USB-C and I like saw XLR, but I prefer after using XLR, I'm like, yeah, this sound quality is so much better. But this mic is only good for like 3 to maybe 5 inches away from your face at most, because this is a dynamic microphone. So it's on the top of the mic that you got to speak into.
I got you. No, bro, I'll throw you shipping in some extra, bro. We need to sort this out.
You just
We
need
can
to
talk.
join. You just need to join the Amazon Vine program. They giving that shit out for free.
You don't
To
just
review.
join and start get. You don't just.
You have to
join
get
and start
invited.
getting- Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Like,
send the invite.
But no, it's based off of your Amazon reviews. If people find them helpful.
Oh, okay. I'm about to start reviewing shit.
So I was just shocked, but yeah, this is actually a really good microphone, and it's interesting that I purchased one, and then I saw it on the Vine program, so I got 2. It's nice, but yeah, the mixer with the mic and stuff is a really good combination, and and for a combination, you have to buy the XLR cable separate, so around like $100. So overall, though, this is like a really basic setup for like streamers if they want to get a decent sound quality mic with XLR, using XLR rather than using the USB mics. I mean, there's nothing wrong with USB mics; they've gotten significantly better. It's just, yeah, it's just that it still hasn't beat XLR. An XLR mixer gives you more control over your audio. So
yep.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's a smart move.
Oh, actually, if you already have XLR, you can just plug your XLR mic up into the mixer and it should still work. If you want, I can type in and give you guys the products that I got, just in case if anybody wants to get themselves one.
I'm about to start copying and pasting Nappy's Amazon. From my own
Yeah,
They'll never
so
know.
wait,
They'll
can I put
They'll never know.
things in chat? Let me see if this work in chat.
Gotta get
Well, the
that
link is
program.
dead, but he said that's what I do. But back to the subject of gaming, I've been doing good. I just finally started Baldur's Gate 3, and let me just say, I started Saturday at 1 p.m. And after Sunday night, or I'm sorry, Monday morning around 2 or 3 a.m., I clocked in at 26 hours. I'm still in Act 1.
In one playthrough? I mean,
No,
in one
no,
playthrough?
I'm still in the first phase. I'm still like in the first act of my first playthrough.
No,
I haven't even
is without taking any break.
I haven't taken breaks, but 25 hours within like less than 2 days is I don't
That's
know
a
what
lot of time,
happened.
bro.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
You know, like that game. I got you.
No, I do like the game. I like the game a lot.
No. I said you know life it.
Yeah.
I realized that I need to pace myself with this game and be mindful that I have chores to do in the house. I have a turtle to take care of. I have to clean up my apartment and stuff because that game took so much out of me. But I loved every minute of it, and there's so much content. It like rewards you for exploring. There's so much you can do, and I got surprised by so many things, like talking to animals that aren't what they really seem. I mean, hidden dialogue and stuff. Get to romance with certain characters. Learning just so much you could do in that game, and I'm like, damn, I haven't had a game like this in a long time. And also,
man, that internet's really something. I got to get back there.
Yeah, so I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Have I tried the panel playing WrestleQuest or AC6? No, not yet.
WrestleQuest it's my next buy, but I have been playing AC6.
I say we have a panel who hasn't played ACs.
Yeah, so unfortunately,
I will
Baldur's
download
Gate.
it later. So how is it, Jubei?
Yeah.
Oh, not let Nappy get his roster. I'll talk about it.
Oh, sorry about that, Nappy.
Okay, but yeah, so after after Baldur's Gate 3, I could see why so many people love the game. It is so easy to sink hours into it. And if you're someone that's especially into D&D and played D&D before, and you want like a full complete story, man, I highly, highly suggest Baldur's Gate 3. There is so much content in the game, and I'm still in the first part, just finding hidden stuff. I haven't even I think they said it was like 3 or 4 different acts. I'm still in Act 1, discovering new stuff. It is
how is the game
unbelievable
for you?
Is it difficult? I play it on the normal settings. If you don't know what you're doing, I can see the learning curve difficulty. I will say that like pay attention to your class. Like it's okay to do some research on your class to see like how your stats do. Base damages is also done by dice rolls. So you may see something that say like 2, like number of dice. So number dice, let's say versus 2 dice ranging from a 4 to like 10 or 16 or something like that. And then that will give you an average percentage. And then also you got to take into consideration person's armor and their rolls and your rolls. It does all the stuff in the background for you, but some of the dice rolls you can see at hand. But it does a really good job at capturing that D&D feel. One of the better, honestly, one of the best D&D themed games I've played.
What are you?
Oh, so I know this may sound boring, but I'm a human fighter.
That's not boring. That's not boring. Fighters get so much cool shit.
I'm joking.
Yeah, we get so much cool stuff. It's not the fighters that people are annoyed about. People are annoyed that I'm a human.
Yeah, I mean it's a very unsexy class. I mean it's a human, but
I mean, come on now.
Your bonuses definitely could have been better with another class, but
they could have. But yeah,
I think because of how it's magical and stuff like that, you expect people to say, "Oh, I'm a wizard," or "I am a summoner," or stuff like that. So when you hear a fighting human, you're like, "That's boring."
Well, I mean, I play monk all the time just because it's fun. Like,
well, the muck is actually fun. The straight bare to hand combat, it's nice.
Yeah, that unarmed strike, bruh.
Yeah.
Bonus action. Here's another one. Let's go.
Yeah, I got a bonus action with fighter class.
Yep, you do.
Yeah, so
I also thought you get 2 turn and play instead of 1.
Certain classes get something called a bonus action. It could be an attack. It could be something else. It really just depends on class. It's you gotta be in a D&D to really. I can't really explain it to you. It's just something that you can get. Some characters don't really get it, or their bonus action isn't necessarily attack based. You can hit and then like hide if you're like a rogue. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you can backstab and then like disappear.
The best thing is laying a bunch of barrows and just throwing a firebolt spell at the barrow.
Yep.
So many explosions, and don't underestimate your environment. If you see barrows and you see some enemies right there, it's your turn. Just throw a firebolt at the barrows and watch the screen lit up with a bunch of numbers.
Is throwing your torch an option?
I have never tried doing it. I never actually wielded a torch, to be honest, so I don't know.
Huh.
But I have put barrels in my inventory and I have been stacking them around like enemies. And I always sacrifice one character to let that one character be downed as I do an explosion and then do a quick revive from a distance with the shadow walker or whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but use your environment to your advantage. It's actually very helpful.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I'm also real quick, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I'm gonna let you guys get this game on PC because they have an online multiplayer mod. It is fucking awesome. And now what people are asking for is just a collision mod with this with the online multiplayer mod, so people can start playing tag.
Nice.
And I can't wait. But yeah, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, just get it on your PC. A potato can run it. But that's all I have to say. I've been talking for too long.
And now let's move on to Jubei's intro. Jubei, what you been up to? What you been playing? Tell them all about your Armored Core 6.
Yeah. Hey everybody. I have been playing Armored Core 6. I need my Constellation Edition for Starfield to get here like ASAP. Hopefully by Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see when it arrives. But yeah, back to Armored Core. That is a lot of fun. I did see some people whining a little bit about the boss difficulty. It's not that hard. It's really not. I mean, they're so generous with checkpoints and shit. No. There's so many things that they do that they don't do in like their other games to help you as a player that it's like if you're failing, it's on you. You got to figure that part out. Like it's something about your something about your build or your loadout that you got to go in and adjust. You're just not thinking about it. Because like you get a checkpoint right before the boss, so if you fuck up and die, you're like right there. Yeah, like you just can't be dumb, like Tao said. You just can't be stupid. Like just don't just rush in there. But and equip yourself for success. But you always get a checkpoint right for a boss. There's always like a healing station where you can re-up like all your med packs and shit right before the boss. Like they're literally holding your hand a little bit in that regard. But yeah, just take your time, learn how to dodge, get real good at dodging. That's like your best friend. Yeah, I had a blast. I'm one boss down so far. I really want to get into like the customization and shit and do some crazy stuff with the colorways and stuff. I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted in our chat like somebody made like heavy arms or a heavy arms lookalike for their AC. It's pretty damn dope. And I'm kind of excited to see some of the other stuff that people can cook up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to unlocking new mech styles and shells and shit. Fantastic game so far.
Yeah, I see you posted your mech in a group that looked like a Gundam type inspiration.
Heavy arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of little cute stuff in there. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's polished. It's not a buggy mess. Um, FromSoft, like I said, is like the best dev out right now, man. They got it. They're doing it.
Hey, Capcom's been doing it too, man.
Capcom charges more than $60 for their games, though.
Well, Capcom is a publisher, so they
Yeah,
have
they are, but
they got some development studios that are killing it. You know, FromSoft is standing on the block by themselves.
yeah, but like it's like for $59.99, you're getting a complete experience, and it's not a buggy mess.
It's so rare
Hey,
to hear that nowadays. Oh my
yeah, I
god!
was about to mention
Nat,
Baldur's Gate, but you know that was a
you lost your
3-year
you lost your arm
access.
this weekend, Nappy? Oh, it's back.
Oh
The other,
crap!
the other one disappeared. The other one disappeared.
Oh shit! I did lose an arm.
Yeah, saw that Baldur's Gate 3, man.
All that mouse clicking. Oh my god, that game! I have to pace myself with that one.
All right.
Are you gonna play Starfield when it comes out?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm scared.
How are you gonna have time? How are you gonna have time for all these
scared. I'm scared. Okay, because I realized that if Starfield is anything like Elder Scrolls that first came out, I don't know. I might have to tell my friends and everyone that I'm hibernating this winter. Because I'll be in the house
Or
happily.
just maybe learn how to clone yourself.
I mean, yeah, but you know, people can be annoying.
I'm not like huge into shooters, so when I saw that they had the Shinobi mode, I was like, yeah, we in there. We lit. Like, I do like shooters, but I don't like that to be like the dominant way that you like absolutely have to play. When I saw that they had like post combat too, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in there on Starfield. Sure.
Yeah, so but I mean who knows? We'll see what Starfield is. But yeah, right now Baldur's Gate 3, I honestly don't feel like buying any other game right now. It's so much content and it's so good, the story, the characters, all that stuff. But let's get off of that. Let's go back to Juve and AC6. Give it this praise that it deserves.
So far it's a 9 on a 10 scale, on a 1 to 10 scale.
How difficult is that?
How difficult is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a From Software game. Don't get hit.
So
It's always the name of the
it
game.
does have difficulty. Okay.
It does. I mean, did you play Sekiro?
Yeah.
It's about that, but it's not as. I think Sekiro is probably harder than this game. But I mean, just as far as like, you don't have to sit there and turtle up and use a shield or anything. Just dodge out of the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, keep it up.
I saw some complaint about the first boss. I was like, is he that difficult, or the people just don't know what
People
they're
are getting.
doing?
I died one time because I got greedy. Like I had him almost dead, and I'm like, oh, I can finish him off. If I can stun him one more time, I'll finish him off. And I wasn't paying attention to my health, and like he hit me with a missile barrage, and I died. And I'm like, okay, won't do that again. And the second time I was on to his ass, so I was like, yeah, I got you.
People been literally fighting him for hours and couldn't get to him. I'm like, yeah.
Y'all gotta chill.
Have you never played a FromSoft game before in your life? I was confused.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But knowing me, my next game is gonna be Sea of Stars. No, I'm picking it up with you guys.
I mean, it's on Game Pass, so I will be playing that.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm talking in sense of are you playing it day one? Yes or no?
I'll check it out tomorrow. I mean, Starfield ain't coming until Thursday, so
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no.
have time to check it out.
I'm gonna be playing Tales of Arise tomorrow. I'm not gonna play it. I might check it out.
So many games coming.
Days, yeah.
No, 2023 is looking crazy.
The end of 2023.
No, just in general. This whole year has been fantastic.
We have yet to get Spider-Man 2 as well. Like it's insane.
We still got Mortal Kombat. Like,
this is one of the impacts of pandemic, that a lot of these games got forced up against each other. So
Tazachi's saying, does you guys stop saying tails because he hasn't got to it.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
So, but yeah, Omar, what have you been up to? What you been playing?
Yeah, so I checked out Tower of Fantasy.
Okay.
It's you can kind of call it a Genshin Impact clone, but a bad one. And I'm being mild here.
What?
Yeah, let me explain what's happening. I'm fighting. There is a mechanic where you automatically scan an enemy that you fight, so you get information, kind of like a tutorial. I'm
Right.
like, okay, cool, I got it. And when I try to fight, it pop up in my face. I'm like, I'm literally fighting an enemy right now. I can't have this shit. I already seen it. Why you constantly keep showing it to my face? Every single time I try to fight that enemy, it pops up in my face, and it happened multiple times. That's one thing. Another thing, menu. Oh my god, one of the worst, most abysmal uh, menu slash layout system I have ever experienced.
Hey, question. When do you play Towers of Fantasy? Did you play this on mobile phones or did you play it on your console
No, on my
or PC?
PlayStation.
That's interesting. I mean, because I played it on a mobile one and I didn't find too much of an issue with the UI for mobile phones. So I was just curious if the
It's
layout's the
not
same or possibly
it,
different.
it's not the
Prioritization.
UI. It's not the UI. It's the menu where you need to look for items and stuff like that. Maybe it's because it wasn't responsive, or I got almost stuck for 5 minutes in the creation when you try to create your own character. I'm like,
Hmm.
how do I go from this one to this one? It's almost like there is too much going on, and you don't know precisely how to go from one place to one place. At least for me, it didn't work that well. Combat is not per se generic, but it's like the I just got my healer, and that's why I
Hmm.
tapped out. Um, it's okay. It can be fun, but so far from what I played, it didn't strike me as challenging. Also, I'm pretty early on, but the mob that I was fighting was around level 18. Um,
Hmm.
there are shit ton, and I mean shit ton of gacha mechanics. There's gacha mechanic for weapons. There's gacha mechanic for basically characters that you can become. You get additional perks and stuff like that, which renders creating your own character almost pointless. Um,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think on Genshin Impact. I said, well, you can purchase heroes. I
yeah,
mean, they had to get you somehow to get
yeah.
the weapon packs and stuff.
But with that, you're actually the hero itself. You're not someone else, and then you have your own. With there, you count as your own person. Here, you become someone else, which again, it negates. And here is why I say it negates the purpose of the main character, because the main character customization is insane. I seen people like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, and it genuinely look like him, except for the nose. I've seen people like Eren from Attack on Titan, and the best one, Itachi from Naruto. Like, they look so real, it's insane. The customization option is legit one of the best, if not the best, that I have ever experienced. Story is kind of interesting. I want to see where it's going, but I got bored with the game, especially with how I pulled up weapons, but I couldn't find them in my inventory. Maybe they're somewhere else stored, but so far I couldn't find any weapons in my inventory. Other than that, I'm still playing Dismantle. Also, I started a game called Court of Madness, which is a roguelike. Um, it's fairly interesting. I think someone like Zero would get a kick out of. But yeah, I'm been mostly waiting, and that's waiting on Sea of Thought so I can play that game. That's why I haven't invested that heavily in a new game so far. But that's about it.
All right. So everyone got their intros in.
Yep.
Kofi may be a late addition. And we can kind of jump back towards topic one now that you all had a chance to introduce yourselves. I've already said my spiel about FSR3 and its implementation into not only consoles but every GPU manufacturer will be able to utilize the
We're always going back to the 10 series of the NVIDIA graphics cards, and they go back to the RX 590. It's the latest it goes back for the FSR3.
But yeah, go ahead and I'll let Nappy kick it off. I was hoping you would be here for this segment, and I had
Yeah.
your turn now.
Okay, so recently AMD had their announcements, and they recently have announced their final additions to the AMD 3 architecture with their 7950 and it's like a 7850, which are these like actually sorry 750 and 7850. These are the last editions of the AM3 and can't get the abbreviation right. It's the last version, last different cards for this series, for this generation of graphics cards, and they're already working on a new architecture. But they also announced FSR3, which is also similar to DLSS, which is one of those frame generation softwares. The good thing about SFR3 is that the fact is they have now made it better than FSR 2.0, where you basically can get more frame regen with less power, and it can work on older graphics cards. And it's also going to affect consoles because Xbox and PlayStation uses the AMD architectures. So FSR3 will already be compatible with most games. They already have future games coming out. They're old games. They already have over 1,000 games that they claim that already is going to support FSR3 compared to NVIDIA with their DLSS 3 that only supports, I don't know, not even like they say 30 games, but I only seen maybe like 12 so far. And also the DLSS 3 is only for their newest and latest and greatest NVIDIA 4000 series GPUs, while the FSR3, as you see, is for NVIDIA and AMD and even breathes life into your older GPUs. Something NVIDIA just doesn't do for some reason. You got to buy the newest, latest, and greatest. So this is honestly a huge win for AMD as far as their frame generation software. And also, I'm really curious to see how the FSR3, once it releases, I believe it's the 5th or 6th, when it's going to release all the graphics cards and all the games will be able to use the function. I'm really curious to see how it affects input latency, because one of the things about frame generation is that when you turn on DLSS or FSR, you may notice a little bit of input delay when you're playing any games. It's for mouse and keyboard and for consoles. It sucks because consoles have it on by default. They can't turn it off. I don't know why, but they just won't give you guys the option. And I'm actually also very curious because they said that they got a game FPS booster and an input latency booster, so that way it lowers input latency, and that's their way of saying, oh, we solved the input latency issue, so you get a boosted frame rates and you get minimum impact when you input latency. So that is something. Sounds nice. I got to see it for myself though, because if they do and they lower and it has a lower input latency compared to DLSS, which if I don't know if you guys are on PC, if you turn it on and off, but you can feel the difference if you pay attention. It kind of that's what the only thing that sucks about these frame generation software is that it takes a lot of processor power and it kind of makes input latency a issue with some certain games, which is why I only turn it on for like single player games, never turn it on for competitive games. So, but that's pretty much all my thoughts is. I'm just waiting to see it because if this game booster thing actually works where it lowers input latency, this is a major W for AMD and just shows that AMD actually cares about their gamers, unlike Nvidia, who's riding their money train with this damn AI.
Well, I feel like
Fucking
AMD has done a lot to be friendly towards the consumer over the years. I know that's
they've
just
been an
them.
underdog for so long.
Yeah, I mean, is it because they care for their customers? I don't know. I just know they're trying to gain market share, and them trying to gain market share has been very favorable for us, the consumer. So yeah.
Yeah, they've been the underdog for so long. Like they were actually like the mid range. Like I remember it was what AMD started getting good around the 700 series before they went to 1000 series. Man, that's when. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. The 575 and 580, the RX 580 is honestly like was one of the best bangs for your buck graphics cards you can ever get, and you can get two of those motherfuckers, put them together, and man, if RX 580 is honestly what put AMD on the map. And also their CPUs have gotten a lot better too. They were the underdog, but they don't seem to be the underdog no more. They're up fighting back. And also Nvidia, honestly, I don't think Nvidia cares about gamers anymore. The way how the direction is going with this AI technology and using GPUs to compute AI, which that's a whole nother topic. But yeah.
I mean, as far as like like stock PCs, I feel like Intel is still like number one by far. But I feel like when it comes to like builds and things like that, I feel like more people are leaning towards AMD for their CPUs than I would say they're number one as far as if you're building your own PC. Like more customers are going out and actually purchasing AMD processor, at least in the US right now.
Yeah, it's still to price to performance because right now, honestly, Nvidia's graphics cards are kind of
No, I'm talking about the CPU. I'm talking about the CPU, not the
CPU. Yeah, CPU. AMD has gone up quite a bit, so AMD is kind of like neck and neck with Intel right now.
Yeah, I would.
But
I'm
starting to realize the tech industry is not reading a peak. I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. As far as like a customer walking into the store, they're actually purchasing a AMD CPU. It feels like more so than they're purchasing an Intel CPU. Like Intel CPU seem like more it comes stock when you just walk into like a Best Buy or wherever computer store and you purchase a computer, you're gonna buy the one with Intel CPU. But it feels like people that actually build their computers are using AMD.
It's you get more cores for your buck, but the cores use up more power than Intel. That's usually how it works with between Intel and AMD. But AMD has been working better by getting better cores, and right now we're kind of hitting a point where our technology is kind of peaking at what we can do as with our current architectures. And and as of right now, I know Samsung has just made a major breakthrough where we now possibly going to get GDDR7 memory cards, which means it's more memory, smaller chips with less power. No, we have 6,000 has been out since the 10 series of GPUs. So right now looks like Samsung needed a breakthrough of something. So who knows? I think we may see a leap in technology all around the technology sphere pretty soon. And we're going to see like a more bang for your buck. Because honestly, the recent graphics cards and some other stuff, it just ain't it. This was not the bang of the buck it wasn't much of a generational leap for a majority of the technology that's out there because we're kind of peaking. So, but Yeah, I'm just happy that FSR3 has out because it just breathes light to your older graphics cards. Your console players can use it. I mean, it just sucks that the Xbox and PlayStation can't do native 4K for majority of these games that require it. And also, Unreal Engine 5 is extremely demanding. It's like the lighting dynamic and some shadow dynamics and some other stuff. It's just it eats at the processing power.
Is that why we've seen Immortal of Adium running abysmal?
720p.
Yeah,
on that
720p on a
Oh,
PlayStation
boy.
5 and PS4 and Series X. While
Yeah.
400p, 400 something p on Series X.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, Unreal Engine 5, it's great. I mean, they show off the Matrix demo, which I was like, okay, well, I mean, okay, this looks cool. Let's see what they could do with this. And developers are struggling with this Unreal Engine 4. I mean, Unreal Engine 5 for some reason. It's just it takes up so much processing power to the point where you need FSR, DLSS, or Intel has their own version that has their own frame booster, but you need these frame booster technologies just to play the games at a reasonable frame rate, which that should not be the case. So, I don't know, but that my take is I just want to see FSR3 actually come out because I want to see how well this does on my 1060 on my gaming laptop. Because if this breathes life into my gaming laptop, I may be able to hold off on the graphics card a little bit longer. I'm hoping to wait until the next generation of GPUs come out.
But you want that 5090? I'm pay 22.
I'm
2500 for it.
I'm going for. I usually am going to go for the 1440p. Is aiming for my gaming desktop. My gaming laptop's going to aim for 1080p.
Okay. No 4K. No 4K for Nappy. No 4K 260 frames per second.
1440p is more than enough for me. 1440p, 120 FPS.
I hear that.
That's a sweet spot.
Jube, what are your thoughts? I know you're big on the FSR and those features that AMD has been touting the past couple of years.
I think all the other stuff that comes with it is great. Like the frame generation and stuff. That's really the thing that they've been missing with this. Because that's gonna actually boost performance. Just that little piece there. Input latency, sure, but like my one gripe is it's still using the same not so great upscaling shit. Like that's what that's the last thing they need to improve. Like I'm happy for all these other things that we should be able to see some improvements on, but FSR2 is hit or miss. Still, it's definitely not what it could be. It's not even really what they market it as. For real, for real. Yeah, just the upscaling tech just still needs a kick in the pants. But I am happy that we're getting the frame generation stuff because that's gonna help these as long as these consoles use it, that should help them not run into situations where you know this game should totally be like locked at 60 or even locked at fucking 30. Like we should see like frame drops essentially eliminated as long as it's implemented. But here's hoping because like what you got Forspoken and like one other game that's using it. Like these companies just aren't using the tech even though it's there, and I don't know why.
Forspoken shouldn't have. I think. Oh yeah, it did. I think it already come out for Forspoken because I know Forspoken is one of the games that's going to support it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know the rest of
Forspoken has been like an advertising child for FSR in general since it came out.
Yeah, because that game is. Oh my god, that engine.
Yeah. The heavy engine.
You know who really needs it?
Yeah. Who?
Redfall and Final Fantasy 16.
You right.
Ooh.
Redfall could have been had 60 if it was actually taking advantage of FSR stuff. Ben.
Yeah,
because your initial internal resolution doesn't matter because it's going to upscale it. Like you don't have to master it at 4K native.
Definitely two games that need it.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's actually good. I haven't played Final Fantasy 16, so from what you guys tell me, the particle stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but real talk, 16 never had any. Oh no, it had for people. It had, but not during the gameplay. It didn't drop frames. It dropped frames after or before combat.
I had a little bit of chugging, nothing crazy, but it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
it could definitely benefit from some technology that helps just stabilize the frame rate in general.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
It won't make it a better or worse game, but it'll make it a better experience. Not have those. And maybe you get some smoother textures also, like on the sword on his back when you're walking through the city. Like sometimes the texture gets kind of jagged.
That's one of the things though, is that even though you get boosted frame rate, you are gonna probably notice a little bit more imperfections, but the game will usually run smoother. Like one of the games that I remember FSR that I tested on was Godfall, and definitely it made the game run a lot smoother. But man, did I notice a little bit of imperfections here and there.
Yeah, upscaling.
That was FSR.
And things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was FSR 1.
Yeah.
And now we're on 2, which 2 was definitely better. And now they're releasing FSR 3.
Right. See, the only part of 3 is everything else. The actual FSR part, the shit that upscales, is still 2, which I find really fucking odd. Like the name of it is FSR 3 because they're putting all those other features in it, but the actual upscaling is still in version 2. 2 dot whatever. It's
you got
in version 3 yet.
Well, you got to think about it too. I mean, like I said, we're kind of peaking with the current technology we have. Like, we need better technology. I mean, honestly, like all throughout the whole tech sphere for mobile phones, everything, the latest and greatest hasn't been that much of a performance bump compared to the previous generation. We've been seeing like maybe 10% jumps at most, and they're charging us like 30% more in price from the previous gen.
All I know is that DLSS 3 is still shitting on that whatever upscaling tech they have. Just on the upscaling front. It just is.
Well, that's nice that it only works for 30 games.
Yep.
And that only people with a 4000 series GPUs can get to use it.
Yep. I didn't say it was the best solution, but it is better.
Oh.
It just is.
And also, they still have input latency. We still haven't seen FSR3's input latency issues. See, if they have less of an input latency compared to DLSS 3, I think that's a win.
You think it's a win with the trade-off with artifacting and just imperfect upscaling?
I would input latency. I would rather have imperfect scaling, as long as I can react the way I want to react in my games. I don't want to be. I want you to be like Riley, crying saying your X button's not working in Tekken or Street Fighter.
Fair enough.
So, choo-choo. Anybody else got something to say on this topic, or Omar, you got nothing to say?
No, because I have no idea what you guys are talking about. All I know is I know it has something to do with frame rate, because I know they are as to make it so that you can make use of more frames, even though that's not the case. Even though that I mean, I'm not a PC person, but I know that DLSS has something to do with frame rate.
Yeah.
I can only assume that this is kind of like DLSS, I guess.
I mean, it's basically kind of like, you know how like you have checkerboard rendering and shit, where you can upscale like the actual, when you break down the pixels, like it's not like 4K, but they do upscaling to make it look good, and it just looks good, and you can't really tell. That's pretty much all it is. And then the benefit of that is because you're rendering it at technically a lower res, you should get more frames out of that, because you don't have to tax the system as hard.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Congratulations. All life is sorry for you, whatever.
He said TLDR, bro. I'm good. Like, oh
He's,
god.
he's like, as long as my games work, that's all I care about.
Hey, as long as I may get my gaming, that's what I care about.
Yeah, so oh my god, but
But yeah, real
yeah.
talk, it is very interesting to hear you talk about how we need a new leap. You think we're
Yeah.
gonna get one, or we just need one?
Samsung has already made their breakthrough with some new chips. So with that being said, I do know that GDDR7 may be around the corner as far as graphics cards, which that could be a leap in some ways from GDDR6. Well, actually, we're on GDDR6X is what we're currently on. So I'm curious to see what other breakthroughs are going to happen. But yeah, Samsung did recently make a breakthrough as far as their memory. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, gotcha.
They're gonna make a breakthrough on that price if we're being real.
Oh yeah, trust me, it's going to be expensive at first.
It's about to be a $4,000 graphics card. About to hurt.
What?
Yeah, they said they could fit a lot more gigabytes into these chips compared to the current ones. So we may be seeing like 24 gigabytes as mid range.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we got 64 gigs of VRAM, buddy. We got 64 whole gigs of VRAM up in.
And it's like the size of like a regular graphics card, smaller than a 4090, which is going to be interesting. I'm curious to see what they're going to do, but I do know that the nanometers have shrunken down. We got down to like a 3 nanometer, which it's pretty good. It's pretty small, pretty powerful chips. Oh, I can't wait.
But yeah, PC talk out of the way.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Let's just move on to the actual topic then.
Let's go.
Well, you're the PlayStation guys, so you carry us with this new PlayStation Portable that everyone's been dying to get their hands on.
Not me.
Yeah.
Absolutely not me. I've called it
It's
dog
not the
shit.
PlayStation Portable. It's the PlayStation
Portal.
It is not portable. You play it in your home, basically.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
they gave us an
am
update.
hoping and wishing that this one flops because it's such a stupid idea. Because what's the point of having to make use of this if I can't even take it with me? I need to have my PlayStation on, and I can't even play offline.
It's to play on your toilet, okay? It's to play while you're on the toilet.
Well, I mean,
That's
really,
such a
it's for
stupid
people
idea.
It's for people that share a TV. Like, that's what it's really for people who share a TV and their significant other or the kids or whatever, they want to watch a TV show but you still want to play the game or whatever. That's what it's for. But they did give us an update. The price is $199. Which
That's
200 USD. 200 USD, by the way.
But still, why is it?
The
Go ahead.
$399 price point seems a little disingenuous because from what I am seeing, the PlayStation Portal has no audio.
No Bluetooth.
No, but no, I'm saying there's no speakers built into the device.
Hey, I would say
speakers? I thought
from what I read the little PlayStation blog. They didn't talk about it having it. They haven't released specs yet. But in terms of
audio,
it
does have speakers. It just says it doesn't have It doesn't have Bluetooth.
Oh, so it does have speakers.
It's supposed to have built-in speakers to it, but it doesn't have Bluetooth in it. The only compatible Bluetooth Bluetooth. Hold on.
It's no Bluetooth.
Yeah, so the only compatible Bluetooth headphones are the Sony PlayStation headphones, which are also $199. So that's $400 right there.
They're forcing you either into their fucking Pulse Elite or whatever the fuck that is, and then or the little earbuds.
Yeah,
or you have to manually plug some headphones.
That was my biggest concern because I was reading the PlayStation blog. I was like, does this thing have audio? Because I'm not hearing them. The only audio I hear them talking about are these headphones. So that's what I was wondering. if this thing
Hey,
doesn't,
I will say this about this. Whoever buys this is prepared. He or she
because
knows all about it and they are confident that they want it. This is
because
not a device that you're gonna make a mistake and get.
I was gonna say if this thing doesn't have audio, it's a $400 because you gotta get them headphones.
I mean, everyone could just hear the games you're playing. I mean, I don't care who's around me.
No, I'm saying if it didn't have
I
audio,
I
if it
think
didn't have audio, like as a means to save like battery life, it would be forced by headphones
this
at that point. That's what I was
this
thinking. I was concerned when I was reading the law.
this
Nah,
whole idea is stupid. Like beyond stupid even. But
it's a
hey, they will go with it. Again, look at the Switch. The Switch is doing it right. If you want to take it with you, you can take it with you. You can play offline. Like
I
I
would
can
say
take this one and play on my in call it in or on an airport on an airplane or in a bus or I can play with it on a bus, but it's gonna cost shit ton of internet,
So my
which
Hmm.
is
biggest
atrocious.
my biggest
And also,
concern,
I must leave my PlayStation on. Which
yeah. Well, you're not gonna
would
be able to
you
play it that
ever?
far away from your system. Like the remote play is not
it's like a
that
Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah,
So
it's like you'll be able to connect, but the quality of your gameplay will be very shitty.
Ass.
I mean, you can try your own.
Apparently, the quality is not bad.
No, I'm
Apparently,
saying
there is
I'm
no
saying if you try, I'm
latency.
saying
Well,
like if
that's
you're like I'm saying like if you're like downtown
how's
and you're trying to
and
play
you and connected to your PlayStation using your mobile device's internet hotspot.
yeah,
It's going to suck.
It's gonna be very it's meant for literally in your home. That's what it's meant.
That's where it's best. I mean, I do feel sorry for people that are like disc only players because
No, you don't.
unless you're subscribed, no, unless you're on a subscription, this ain't gonna work for you, bro. Unless you have the disc in which case, when you away from home, how the fuck you gonna change the disc if you want to play something else? That's
Oh,
gonna be real.
I mean,
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, we're not going to
That's
pretend
not
memory
be
has
real
went
awkward,
down.
bro.
No,
I'm about to say, but a lot of people buy their games digitally now, and memory has went down in price.
You
No,
say
no,
that.
no,
You
no,
say
no,
that.
no, no.
Everybody be
Well,
like discs. I need disc. Blah blah blah. It's discs, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
with
They're-
the
PlayStation fan base.
The funniest thing I saw was I feel sorry for the kids who are gonna wake up with a PlayStation Portal under their tree but no PS5.
Oh my god.
Nah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a labeling where they say
That's
you
gonna
need
be
a
a lot of
PlayStation
kids.
5 to use this.
A lot of
They're
people.
not gonna.
Hey, Daddy, where's my PlayStation 5 with the PlayStation Portable? Have anyone seen it?
I don't think PlayStation is that stupid to not put almost like a disclaimer where you need to have a PlayStation 5. Like
You don't understand. It's the holiday season. People are getting what they can get, and they.
that's on them then. If you are a person,
If you're not a
What?
gamer,
If
if you're not a
you-
gamer and you're purchasing something for a gamer, you know, like
do your research.
Sorry, my grandmother would be incapable of researching something like that if she was still around.
yeah, like if
so
your grandparents are
just
just
buy it.
doing a kind gesture of buying you something, like they, an elderly person. Like not everyone who's
You know what I do if I don't know something? I do my research or I ask someone that does know how to do the research about it.
most of them older folks just need to know the name. You know what I mean? If you say
Yeah,
PlayStation, that's what they're gonna get you. If you say Nintendo, that's what they're gonna get you. You know what I mean? Like it's they don't really read too much
like
into
you know,
it.
like
They just
it,
get the thing.
if for any other thing that your parent that a parent or a significant other was gonna buy you, they wouldn't have to do any research on buying a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series or a Nintendo Switch. So I mean,
I may have to do some research on the Xbox Series. X and S can be a
I mean-
minor but major mistake.
Split screen if it's important to you, but most people don't, like, if they're buying it as a gift, they don't care. They'll just get you the cheaper option and fine. That's just how.
Yeah.
But
I remember as a kid, I had to draw pictures.
But getting
Oh,
that
wow.
PlayStation Portal, but not having a PS5 is gonna be.
It's gonna sting. It's gonna sting, bro.
It's gonna be rough.
I will.
Season.
I will say that they said they use a Snapdragon CPU in that thing, and if that means that they can break into that thing, they can load in an Android operating system, and if they could do that, that gives it a ton more use because now you can Xbox Game Pass app. You can do the PlayStation app already because you can download the goddamn app and get some other features with it.
You can actually play Starfield on this one, which I have the feeling Xbox gonna find a way to block that.
Yeah, we also don't know how much storage.
Does it have the storage to even hold an app? That's the issue.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how much memory is in there, or if it has a memory card. If it has a micro SD card or some slot anywhere to install memory, we may be in business.
It's purely for remote play.
But it does have a USB-C port
For charging.
We can get creative here. No, we can get creative. We might be able to put we might have a data 0 and data 1. If it has a data 0, data 1 plug, we in business.
For a device that only has 3 hours of gameplay.
Okay, look at the Steam Deck.
3 hours of battery.
Hey, I can get 7 on the Steam Deck just playing emulation. If I'm playing like a game on Steam, it's gonna cut that battery. But if I'm like emulating the fucking Dreamcast, I can play for well over that.
But still, it is gonna be impressive to be able to have access to a game that you shouldn't have access to.
It is.
No, go ahead. How's that gonna work though? If you can't purchase the game on PlayStation, but you could play it on the PlayStation Store, which means there must be some type of Android system or operating system going on. It must be using some type of Linux thing.
You could.
It's 100% remote play. That's it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But they have to download that. They have to have the Xbox app on the PlayStation Portable somehow, which means it has to store it somehow.
Nobody has actually done it. They're just assuming because it's a tablet that you can go in and jailbreak it. And
I mean, we did with the Logitech one.
But
it might work. It might not.
But it's not. The thing is, it's not built to store anything. That's the thing with the.
Well, if it's streaming, then you don't need to store anything to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A couple megabytes is what you need.
You would have to have the Xbox app on there. But you have to.
That's what the jailbreaking's for.
You would have to have a new OS. So whatever the size of that operating system is.
Oh yeah, trust me. Do you know how many Lollipop Androids are out right now? That's like why everyone loves using that.
I'm just saying it's not as simple as people think.
It's not as simple, but maybe because I've done it.
And then you're probably giving up remote play. You're probably giving up the remote play portion to jailbreak it and do everything else. Probably won't be able to do both.
I mean, there's already an app for PlayStation for mobile phones.
There is already a PlayStation app.
No, I'm saying there may.
So that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying that the storage on the device is limited. So because it's not meant to store.
I mean, I say 500 megabytes will be more than enough.
Here's the thing. Here's the other thing that we're kind of missing here. This was an opportunity for them to be talking about their cloud service. This would have been the perfect opportunity to be like, hey, you cannot use cloud on this thing, which I find highly irritating. Like I just think that's weird. Like you have a streaming only device and you're literally just using your console as a server instead of being able to stream from their cloud service.
Yeah, they could have brought back all the PSP Vita games or just thrown them there.
That means you can't remote play PS3 games. You can't remote play any game that cannot be physically downloaded onto your system, and it already has to be downloaded onto your system. That sounds like a pain in the ass to me.
Yeah,
which is why it's a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Well, the actual worst part about all this is that PlayStation has sunk a lot of money into 2 devices and both are probably gonna flop, and that's a ton.
The
Like,
VR2 and this,
yes,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
not
ton
looking
of
too good for
money.
them.
That's a ton of money into
R&D,
research and
R&D,
development, and then
marketing. You got to market it.
marketing.
What the hell was the CEO smoking, man, when he came up with this idea? I just want to know. Did he have a
like
Wii U? Did he have a Wii U in his damn living room?
If it had access to cloud, it would be 100% viable, and I'd actually probably look at it. If I could cloud stream, that means I get all these PlayStation games on the go. Like I can go into PS Plus or whatever. Like you literally can't even take advantage of all the shit that's in PS Plus unless you have it downloaded, and you don't have enough space to store all of it. So
there's literally no incentive for me to take a PlayStation Portable and like lay in my bed and play it.
I'm just curious about those Snapdragon chips in there. I'm really curious because that Snapdragon chip may be able to play PlayStation 2 games. They could have easily made a PlayStation 2 emulator built into it. Something, anything. I mean,
you can download PlayStation 2 games. That's not the issue.
Well, I'm talking about like directly onto the portable. Like if it had the storage, like there was so much they could have done with this.
It's not that kind of device. They should have made that kind of device. Like, hey, throw some storage in here. You can install games on this thing. Like that would have been crazy.
Like everyone's talking about all these possibilities. We have no idea how much storage this thing has. Like this thing might, like I'm sure it has. To make
it might have 32. It might have like 32 something.
Because you got to think about it. To make it $199, they had to use as minimum as possible to get it that low of a price.
We're talking Amazon Fire tablet and a DualSense. That's how you get
okay, in that case that's 32 gigabytes. 32 gigabytes, that's more than enough. 32 gigabytes is more than enough for PSP Vita emulation.
So you're looking at a screen with like whatever.
Man, that screen is probably not like they're like it's an OLED screen or something like that.
It's not even an OLED. It's not even an OLED.
I'm about to say, man, that thing is probably cheap as hell.
It's a 1080p screen, and if there's like a 10 megabyte hard drive that could fit it on there, god damn it, they would whatever the minimum hard drive they can put in there, that's what's in there. The bare minimum, the smallest possible. Like they probably pulled it right off of like an old fucking USB.
That's scary. That's scary because currently on the market it's like I'm gonna say like they could have put like 16 gigabytes. I could do a lot with 16 gigabytes. You forgot back in the day, man. Back in the day we were running on megabytes. We didn't even see terabytes as of yet.
That shit may have a megabyte hard drive.
It might have 64 megs, just enough to run the remote play app that's on there, and that's it.
That's gonna be so sad.
Maybe a little bit over, just so that it doesn't, have any
hiccups.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
a little bit over, but not much. So,
I mean, usually it's the firmware that gets flashed that when it runs the apps and stuff. So it's usually if we could flash it with new firmware, then I don't have to worry about the memory to begin with. That frees up 64 megabytes for my N64 emulator and for my Super Nintendo emulator.
I think you guys are dreaming too much of the possibilities of what this minimal.
I'm trying to make it positive out of a negative.
I know
that's all I'm doing.
And what it is a piece of crap. That's what it is.
Yes. This is actually worse than
it's a $200 paperweight essentially, man. Like put cloud on that bitch and you'll sell it. Just like PSVR 2. Make it PSVR 1 and PC compatible, would have sold the fuck out of it. Like,
yeah,
these are not hard questions.
I'm about to say, even Logitech recently came out with a stream-only device. I did not think. I thought that was the worst handheld device ever because it was the price was like $300, which is close to the Steam Deck 350.
Yeah,
I didn't think that any company can come out with something as worse than what Logitech did with their handheld device. At least Logitech actually has an Android operating system running where you can download apps and a micro SD card slot to slide in. This doesn't even have that.
You better be able to turn off those haptics, yo, because them haptics is gonna make this battery life go from 3 hours to like.
They already said 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I've had controllers that ain't even last that long, bro. Like I can't trust it.
That's why you gotta put that battery in there. You gotta put that overclock.
Imagine you get a defective unit and that shit only lasts an hour, bro. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, it's just a
Are
waste
you
of
getting
time.
it?
It's not necessarily no. Barrel.
Nope. I
This
told you
man
what
said no.
I told you what it would take for me to get it. If they say cloud, that means I can just go into the PS Plus library and play whatever the fuck I want. They say cloud, we're in there. I'll buy it. Don't care. Until that, it's useless to me.
They should put SIM cards in there too to make their own service plan. That would have been nice. And like partner up with like a cell phone company.
You mean like how they did with the Vita, which was a total flop and nobody did it? I did it stupidly.
I know. But it was such a good idea. I ain't gonna lie, it was a good idea. It's just
I was convinced. I was convinced until I
y'all
actually used
keep
it. And I'm
acting
like,
this
is
is meant for
expensive.
you to like play like when you're like 30 minutes away from your house. It's not.
It is.
Look,
'cause
okay.
You just got to be on Wi-Fi. It just ain't going to work that well.
Exactly.
you
I mean, you
play-
just connect to your mobile hotspot. You forgot we got
ju-
5G
ju-
phones now.
No, but just
Photoshop,
being away from home, is going to cause latency just because you're away from home.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
Yep.
apparently it have no latency issue.
Like
On the same net, you have to think about this logically, Omar. Like it has to go from your home network to across the
To the
internet to other network that you're on. Like in the home,
And then shoots
I don't
shoots
expect
up to the
anything
satellite.
to
like
But away
Yeah.
from home, I
what
100% expect
what is the
there to be some
average
latency.
internet speed that a consumer had? I'm guessing it's around 64 megabits.
It's trash.
So basically, when it comes to streaming, if this is an internal device, your internet speed wouldn't matter because it would go through your router. It actually matters about what Wi-Fi speed your router is.
No,
Most routers now.
No, I'm speaking about for people who want to go to Starbucks and play fucking on their PlayStation Portable, and they only have like 64 up and down connection.
I mean, it says you only need 15, so it's not like you need much.
I mean, 15.
But
That's like a 720p though.
The further you
Is
are
they-
away,
but-
the more you need.
Well, it's just going through more channels because remember you got to go to whatever your regional place is, shoots up to the satellite shoots back down to wherever your cell phone provider or internet cafe provider is, and then it goes to their router, then it shoots to your device.
Yeah, like that. Hence why I said there's gonna be latency with just off the fact that you just not home.
Yeah,
Like,
so I'm saying if you got a shitty internet connection at home, and then let's not factor in like other people at your home might be using your internet, and depending on how your internet provider works, your bandwidth may get really stretched. So you got 3 people at home still at home, doing whatever, and you're trying to play at Starbucks. That's gonna be a pretty shitty experience.
Yeah.
Just get a lot. Honestly, just use your cell phone and attach they have these clips that you can attach your DualSense controller to your phone. Just do that.
Or if you already have a tablet, you just download the Remote Play app.
Yes, but I mean,
you'll get much more.
and hook your DualSense up to it.
Yes, you'll get
I'm
much more
about to
battery
say.
life that way. Much more battery life.
Yeah, so it's very unfortunate, Sony. You so far have the worst accessories for your PlayStation 5 or for a console I've ever seen as of yet. I don't know what's going on, Sony. Maybe you're on your high horse a little too much. I mean, from that PlayStation 4 sells, but yeah, you're screwing yourself over, Sony. You're getting a little too comfortable.
They did make an acquisition recently in the past, and it was
Audio stuff,
but it specifically gaming audio company.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but like, it's for their headsets and shit, bro. Like they're trying to corner the market with these. Like they're trying to force their users to be like, yeah, you got to get that Pulse Elite, bro. You gonna have to get our earbuds.
The craziest.
Y'all are not Apple. Y'all not Apple though.
But that's the strategy they're trying to do.
They believe that. I mean, if you look at Sony's pricing, they believe that they're Apple of the East. Like if you look at how much their Xperia phones cost and how much their high.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
They see
You're not wrong.
They see themselves as the Apple of the East. But what gets me with them purchasing this gaming audio company while we're talking about stuff because it's all portable stuff is that Sony actually makes really good quality headphones.
Yeah, they do.
Just not for games. Like why can't that same exact technology get pushed over? Like what? Like you didn't like. To me, that's just a waste of money. They didn't need to purchase that company. They could have just said, same technology, go goes to the PlayStation.
What
headphone.
game and what game and soundtracks do that company own? That's a good question.
No. They make headphones, bro.
They
strictly just make headphones.
Yeah.
They make gaming headphones specifically. They're like I said, they're trying to corner that market. They're trying to
Gaming
get their
headphones.
hands
But
in
to
there.
me, that's to me that's the waste of a purchase because they already
It is.
Sony already makes amazing headphones.
They do.
They do.
That's honestly what has me looking at. I am gonna probably get the Pulse Elite. I haven't bought a PlayStation brand headset for my PS5 yet. I might do the Pulse Elite just because it has a lot of the stuff from their from one of their upper tier headsets or headphones that they have.
Well, if you do go get it at Best Buy where they have a 14-day return policy just in case.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm
already ready.
Because them, don't like the PlayStation.
Them OG, them Pulses suck, bro. Them Pulses for $100 was trash.
Yeah, Hyperkin 3 headphones I got from the 5
those
Pro.
beat those out. Those beat the Pulse out easy.
Yeah.
Yep, and just
there
you go.
Me personally, I've been burned, so you won't see me buying Sony PlayStation unless I start hearing something different.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We will see. Like it's a definitely we will see.
Yeah.
Just because I on paper it looks like a headset that I want.
Especially the fact that those buds are $200. Like what?
Oh, I don't want the buds.
Price.
I definitely don't want the buds. I literally want the over the ear joints.
Yeah, because buds get uncomfortable.
They can keep those buds.
Well, what's wrong with these? Well, I mean, you got an MP3 slot, and you can get like Hyperkin 3 headphones, and these are like great for me. I mean, yeah, it's a wire right here, but it works. These are $100 headphones.
I'm in the snobby no wire committee.
Is it really that bad?
It can be. If you got like 2-3 wires, a wire controller,
It's
wire
just
headset.
Yeah,
I mean,
now you remember all the cords you used to have. You used to have like some of them Turtle Beach headsets. Like you needed three cords.
I still got Turtle Beach headsets
and some bullshit. Like it was one cord.
Yeah,
got my whole mixer right here. What you saying? I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's get this started.
I'm traumatized.
You had to use theirs though.
Yeah, I'm traumatized from those past experiences.
Man.
But
I don't know. PC players, I mean, we still use wire stuff. Wire connection is still number one. We get out, but our cables are so small, and cable management is such a big deal for us. I remember back when on PlayStation 2 era, I did not give a damn about cable management whatsoever.
Now, I guess we can move on to our final topic of the day. God damn, Pharaoh is really good at getting you guys out a good time, getting y'all on good pace. Xbox, like Pharaoh said, was it last week when we talked about this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, and Pharaoh was like, "Oh man, Xbox is gonna have to make that tough choice, and they're gonna have to drop that parity clause." What do you know? A week later, Xbox comes out and says, "We're dropping the parity clause," and it even went to the point where Phil Spencer at Gamescom said that gamers should understand that they're purchasing a lower end console. So with that being said, let's go around and get some of these opinions. I know Omar's chomping at the bit, but I always like to go to the Xbox guy first. Jube, what are your thoughts?
It doesn't affect me, but
he's like serious ass motherfucker. My man said, "I got a serious ass." Fuck you, me.
Well, I mean,
got serious ass.
There was no way that they could avoid not dropping the parity clause when they announced that Forza was gonna miss split screen on the Series S, but was gonna have split screen on the Xbox Series S.
I mean the thing with Forza is with split screen. That's just something that they thought about putting in after. Like it wasn't like part of like the design pipeline. It's like, hey, we can also add this, but it wasn't like at the start of the process. Like, yeah, we're gonna design this game with split screen in mind.
It's still missing
like,
the S though.
There's nobody. It is gonna miss the S, but nobody fucking uses it. Like that's the other thing. Like I don't want to couch co-op is one thing, but like split screen, getting my screen cut off and shit, or being like the unfortunate person when you play 3 people split screen and you on one of them tiny ass screens, or somebody got that big ass screen.
Bro.
Like, no, I don't miss that. I don't miss that shit at all.
My I'll break it down. Nobody likes split screen nowadays.
No, it's stupid.
It's something.
I
it's something that we grew up with. But even my kids, they are 5 and 6, have asked me for another Xbox and TV in their room, so they don't have to share.
So
the
that
TV.
they don't have to be split screen. Yeah, it was like, nah.
I'm like, you snobby little bastards. They want.
Why you in here screen peeking? Why you in here screen peeking, bro? Like, what you doing?
5 and 6 year olds.
Oh my god!
They want 2 TVs in their room and 2 Xbox.
Man, they better stick with that one TV and enjoy that split screen.
They are.
Or shared screen co-op game. They better start playing that. What's that game? What's that food game? Chef, whatever.
Play,
right.
A game that they like to play a lot. The game that they like to play a lot that is split screen is like the Garden versus Zombies, whatever, the EA game.
Plants versus Zombies.
Yeah, Plants versus Zombies. That's what they play a lot. I think that's the only real split play. And they also play like Humans Fall Flat.
That's meant to be split screen. I don't know why they're complaining about that. I mean, you can play it online, but
they're not complaining, but they've just asked.
Yeah, they're trying to broaden their horizons.
They play a little bit of Halo. Yeah,
that's why I got the emulation.
I look at split screen as like it's not a required thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not on a platform level. It's not going to make or break your game, unless for some reason your game is 100%, split screen for whatever fucking reason.
So,
like the only thing I saw not having split screen in as a detriment would be fucking Halo. It's been, all of them up to 5, and then they stopped.
So,
but
actually, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but like from a go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, is this a slippery slope for owners of the series that's coming?
Not at all. Like until we start talking about compromises to system level features. I mean, people are complaining about split screen. Like, there's games that missed ray tracing on the S because it can't. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like there hasn't been features that have been held off in the past because it didn't make sense. Like, there's lack of performance mode. Sometimes you're stuck with just just the graphics mode or just the performance mode. You don't get the higher fidelity mode. Like, this has been a thing since this thing came out.
Yeah.
So people shouldn't necessarily be surprised because of split screen. Like, as long as it's not messing with quick resume or I'm saying, like, load times and shit, like the actual next gen features of the machine. Until we start talking about that, I don't think we're in slippery slope territory. I am 100% down with, if you have an S, you chose to buy an S, deal with the fact that you spent Switch money and you're expecting not Switch performance.
And are you willing to finally take that L that that we talked about earlier about the Series S just not being capable of?
Who, me?
Yes.
I'm not gonna say it's holding gaming back, bro. Like,
but you were pretty adamant that split screen.
So let me ask you this:
it's possible on the Series S with
It is possible because they're still working. Because even though Phil said that, they're still working on it. They didn't say it's just not going to happen. They said they're still working with them to get. Like I said, it's a time and resource thing.
Why did he bite the bullet then?
What do you mean? Why did he bite the bullet? He, in that same conversation, he said we can launch without it, but it is still being worked on because it is doable. It's just taking a fuck ton of time and resources away, and they, I don't have an excuse for it. Same shit as far as like Forza. Like, why would you waste development time putting split screen into Forza right now, or putting your whole fucking team? They got one person, I'm sure, at Turn 10 trying to figure out the split screen thing. Like, they're not going to devote major resources to that because nobody gives a shit in the grand scheme of things. There's not enough players fucking use the damn feature for it to really fucking matter.
All right, now.
Yeah, that memory.
Oh, go ahead.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, it all comes down to that memory bus for that Series S combination with the memory bus and the lack of the minimum. They took away some of their RAM speed for it because honestly, the CPU honestly should be able to run it, but I think that memory bus is so small and you can't. And there's no way of increasing that unless you physically make a better motherboard.
Call of Duty is still split screen on the S. Still works.
But what I'm thinking about it is that Phil Spencer, they never said they were giving up on it. They just said they're going to launch it without the features for a time being. I do still think it can be done. Yeah. I just think that they're scared to release it at like 720p or lower than that at lower resolutions.
Yeah, but something's got to give. You have to work with the parameters of what you have. Something's got to give.
But yeah, grandma's going to buy everyone a Series S and say that both of her grandchildren.
It's not a bad machine though. It's not
a bad machine. It's just it just takes a little bit more time. It's honestly, I swear, I think it's that memory bus size that's really affecting the Series S. If it didn't have that smaller memory bus size, it could probably do it.
The Series S is a great console for people who don't have the means to purchase, the top of the line console. I mean, I know people to this day that still don't have a console because that $500 price tag is still too high for them. So I'm not gonna act like Series S is a horrible idea. And then once Series S, the current Series S gets a price drop, which I would imagine happening, the Black Series S coming out is going to be even more accessible to a lot of
the Black Series S is coming at $300 because it has 1 terabyte. $350?
It's $50 more. Yeah, it's $350. The console's already $300. Like, what do you mean? It's $299.
Wait. Oh shit! I thought it was like $250. I thought it was $250.
You can get it for sales for $250, but the console base price is $299.
Oh, so it's $300.
So that's what I'm
and
saying.
The other console is
it's the price of the Switch. You have a choice. You can get a Switch, or you can get a Series S. They are the exact same price.
So
I got to switch in a way.
I would imagine that once the new Switch comes out, once the Switch 2 comes out, which they said is supposed to be next year, once that happens, I would assume that the Series S goes down to $190.
Or we could also see a Series S revision. They could also maybe throw some more RAM in there. And
that Samsung new that new technology breakthrough.
If that was going to happen, it would have happened with the Black one. They're not going to redo the S 3 times. I mean,
they did redid the Xbox One 3 times.
How many times? Yeah, I was about to say. Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, you had the Fat Boy. You had the Fat Boy.
Yeah.
You had the 1S. You had the 1S with a disk drive, and then you had a 1S that was digital.
Oh yeah.
Like they've done it. They've done it 3 times.
And like I said, Samsung just recently came through a breakthrough, so who knows? They may came up with a newer version of the console with this new memory that can hold a lot more memory that can give that S is a little bit of oomph it needs.
I can't rock. I don't.
It's gonna come in like 2 or 3. It's probably gonna come in 3 years at the end of the life cycle, which will be dumb. But yeah.
Realistically, all they have to add is 2 more gigs. If it has a minimum 8,
no, that memory bus they have to make it bigger.
It's not going to be 16. It's not going to match the X. It's just not. At that point, you release the digital X. You release a digital X and cut the price by $50.
Digital X is the only thing I see happening. But yeah, Omar, go ahead, lay your hammer down on Xbox. We know
it is the same. The Series S is just a next-gen console. Let me explain why. There is a game called Naruto. It's doing the same thing that's doing with PlayStation 4, which is basically the game is capped at 30 for Series S and PlayStation 4. And people can literally prevent you from playing with other people because of the lack of 60 FPS.
Yeah, it's because it's peer-to-peer connection. That's why.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I don't want to play with no bums. If you got that lower-end console, you're a bum. You're good. Bye.
And also, same thing with Tekken. Tekken, if you see anyone playing with the online Wi-Fi connection, immediately leave.
Yeah,
So
bums. We don't got time for that.
Cube, we just were talking about how Xbox Series S was this great console for people who don't have the means to purchase the higher end console. You wanna call those folks bums now? Because just because they
Based off the game, absolutely. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, you playing a fighting game? No, you better have a wire connection.
This is an exclusive table over. This is high rollers. That's why this the high rollers table. You can go over there on a little penny slots and shit. You still in the casino, but you can't come. You can't sit at this table over here.
You can't be tapping Xbox and disrespecting the profit. You can't be.
By the way, I'm genuinely curious how many others are gonna start implementing that parity, that no longer parity thing. Because apparently, Larian is not the only studio that is suffering from Series S issue.
Well,
The gaming talk at Gamescom was all about how developers are unhappy with Series S and how difficult for it to work with. So
I don't know. There's some devs that don't have that issue. From Software is one of them.
I can see if they're using Unreal Engine 5, then I could definitely see the issue with the Series S because nobody seems to got that engine right. Which is for very unfortunate, but it can be done in the Series S. It's just like keeping the same graphic and textures and stuff, and also it honestly takes more work because one of the things that Phil Spencer was explaining, or even actually one of the dev that made Baldur's Gate was saying, like it's just like how you make your game for the lowest spec PC possible. You have to make your game for the lowest spec Xbox possible. Now with PC, they already put that at their forefront because it's Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, why wouldn't they? Yeah, it's just that these developers, when you making a game, they're only thinking about the Series X and they look at the Series S as a side product. But hey, Jube, is it still true that more people still own Series S's than Series X?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then they should probably, when they make games. Now it's going to suck because I know the PlayStation. They also make games for PlayStation 5 as well, which is probably why Microsoft try and buy everyone, so that way they could just say fuck it, fuck PlayStation. Let's just make for that or our market. But not it could be. But yeah, it's like if when they make games, they should probably take in the Series S into consideration because you could still make very good looking games.
You can just design. Here's the thing. Baldur's Gate 3 runs on PCs that are weaker than the S.
They do. It does.
It does. So to tell me that it can't for whatever fucking reason is bullshit and a lie. You just don't want to do the work. And I get
You know what's fun? You know what's funny? Baldur's Gate 3 though, got that shit running. We ran that on a GTX 960.
Get the fuck
And I will say this: there's something going on with Baldur's Gate 3 where the game it can be glitched. It was actually the most glitchiest version of the game with split screen, but because of the we used the FSR technology, we was able to play it at smooth 30 with split screen. It's doable.
Yeah.
Oh, and again, but everybody that complains about the S also doesn't use features on the S that can alleviate those issues, like sampler feedback streaming and shit like that. Like there's shit you can do even with FSR. Like I don't want to hear that excuse. FSR exists and it's open source. You can fucking put it in your game if you.
Yeah, FSR it's literally FSR2 just automatically updates to 3. Just all you gotta do is download something, throw in your game,
exactly.
Put in your match, and there you go. Like, you got some free FPS.
Hence why I'm saying, like, until we can see, like, you know, we can't do something like next gen related, like I said, like quick resume or like load times or some shit. You can't say it's compromising shit because you can do it. It's up to you to use tools. You have to devote the time and the resources to do it, and that is the thing that these devs don't want to do.
I do have to say though, the Baldur's Gate 3 people, that game's so good.
I know, I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting it.
It's so good, man.
They're also not a very big studio either. and they
They're
put
not a big
lot.
studio.
They
They
a
put
lot
so much
into it.
love into it. I mean, there's dialogue and everything. You can talk to cats, rats. You can romance anything and everything. I don't want to spoil, but my friend romanced a character I thought that couldn't be romance, and the most weirdest scene ever. The weirdest sex scene I've ever seen. It was.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was in the promotional video.
Some of it was, but there was actually one that I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spoil if you guys ever get to that point. But
Like,
yeah,
I haven't downloaded it. It's just a matter of playing it.
The other thing is, it's like, okay, if Starfield can hit 60 on the X, why not just do that? Like, why not just be like, hey, you get
apparently
a better experience?
Starfield
Because
is locked 30 everywhere, so you're gonna have to.
It's locked. It's locked 30 everywhere unless you're on a PC.
Yeah.
I thought
well, let's see what this FSR3 does.
You gotta mod
oh
it.
hell no!
I mean, you
hell no!
On PC, you just go into a config file and you change it. Like it's a couple of clicks. It doesn't.
I'm gonna say let them lock a game. They wouldn't do that to PC players.
That's essentially a mod. I mean, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was locked at 30 on.
Yeah,
that was
but
Mankind Namco's
it's not
stupidity.
hard. Yeah, but it's not hard to unlock. Is what I'm saying. If you're already playing on PC,
I'm not saying
if you're already playing on PC, it's part of the course that you're going to do things like that because you don't want to be hamstrung and be like, I'm not playing this shit at 30 on my PC.
I'm just saying it's not a stock feature from my understanding. Like you can't just like go to stock settings. Like you got to go to your config file, like you said, and do it manually. My understanding. I might be wrong.
But I thought Starfield
everywhere.
We'll see when it comes out, but
So
it's definitely locked 30 on
I have
console.
a question.
What's up?
Jube, especially Jube and Pharaoh, if you had to the choice between dropping Series S or missing or having games come out later on Xbox, which one would you choose for?
Oh my god!
Because right now there is another game that was just like Buzzergate, which is the next Lord of the Ring game. This game is also coming out on PlayStation and PC first, and later down the road on Xbox because of Series S.
Oh, hold on, you said a Lord of the Rings game? Who's making it? Who's making it?
I'm not sure.
Because didn't that Gollum game come out and just flop terribly? I don't want to see shit.
No. This is not the Gollum one. This is not it. This is a different one.
It's kind of like Lord of the Rings games are kind of like Superman games. Like we haven't seen a good one. So
I did like the Two Towers joint. Like
but hold on.
That was like a decade ago.
It was a long time ago.
You are talking about a game whether the game is good or bad. You're not talking about the game developers having issue.
I need to know who the developers are because if they're shit developers, then I don't care what they have to say about it.
So
here's what
are developers then, because they clearly have the issue. Are Xbox own developers shit developers then? Because they went and helped Larian and even still couldn't get it running at the point where they're going to compromise.
You also don't know how far Larian was into trying to actually fix that, though. Like, what the actual work that they've done. Like, it could be like, hey, we're still like 5 months out from optimizing this thing, and we don't really want to wait that long, so just go ahead and drop it, and we'll work on this in the background.
Just to let you know, Starfield isn't locked on PC, but it's recommended to play at 30 FPS because the system requirements are pretty high.
Wait,
Jesus.
Starfield on PC 30?
Yeah, that's what I was
no, it's not. It's not locked. It's just.
I got you. It's not locked, but so they actually recommend you to play it at 30.
Yeah,
the minimum. The minimum requirements, because when they said a RX 5700 or a GTX 1070 Ti, that's even though the graphics cards are old, the 5700 is not that old. 1070 Ti, that's old, but that's like a pretty up there graphics card till this day. Yep. This is pretty
beefy
spec stuff. This is
Yeah,
pretty
th-
beefy specs. And then like the recommended is a RX 6800 or a GTX RTX 2080. Ooh, this game is not optimized very well. And that's the only thing I could probably say about these games that have recently been coming out is they have not been optimized very well for
On PC.
PC or for Xbox for that matter. So I can see why the Series S is such a struggle because damn, these the optimization of these games is just
But
terrible.
why is that? Is it lack of ability or lack of want?
I mean, I can't really put my finger on it. I mean, you can throw story on engines because it's like, oh yeah, it's Unreal Engine 5, but then you have so many other studios using different engines.
Like,
do
you know what it's gonna take? It's gonna take CD Projekt Red saying the S is a problem. It's gonna take Rockstar saying the S is a problem. I need to hear that from somebody with mega clout. You know what I mean?
So
like Larian's cool. They make great products. You know, Divinity, great fucking game. But like I need a known. Come on, I need From Software to be like, fuck this damn box before I say it.
So
other devs are not having these issues.
It's not a hardware issue. Like this is like the best way I can put it is this is a market share issue. No one is complaining about the development process of putting games on a split, despite the massive hardware limitation. It's just that Xbox doesn't own enough market share for Series S to be a priority. So it's not. It's not that the Series S is this horrible piece of hardware that is holding back developers. It is a piece of hardware that does not have enough market share to warrant developers' attention. If the Series
I'm glad you said that.
If the Series S
comment.
If the Series S was at 50 million units right now, developers will be prioritizing the Series S.
Split screen would have been in there. Absolutely.
That's really what it comes down to is that they look at where the market share is, and then they prioritize the development of hardware based on that.
We have literally knew that Forza is not gonna have that shit.
Yeah, but they said it was never a priority. It's something that they thought about at the end. Like, hey, we can put this in, but it's not coming at launch.
Even when you look at, but like I said last week, Xbox looks at those numbers. They see how many people actually use splits, and it's not a significant enough number to where it's a priority for them.
It goes right back to market share. If only 1% of your base is using screen, why in the fuck would you like? Why am I paying this man $75 an hour to support this 1% of this 1% of our market of our users for this
man? I miss having friends over on the couch.
Like people complained about like Halo still doesn't have couch co-op. People complained about it, but the reality is the majority of gamers do not couch co-op. No matter how
not anymore.
And even if you do couch co-op, nobody couch co-ops enough to have a complete experience in the campaign. Like
I blame the internet. Y'all motherfuckers need to start seeing each other in person. Get off the damn internet.
Seeing each other in person is one thing. Spending like 15, 20 hours together, like over the course of a couple of weeks to complete a game, that just really
we don't do that no more. Like we'll hop into an online game, like it's easier that way. You just hop in.
I mean,
people aren't doing that.
I mean, you telling me you can't deal with certain people for a couple hours for a whole campaign?
Man,
we did it back in the day. We did it back in the day. We can't. You don't miss those feelings.
I'm not saying I didn't love it, but you can't tell me the last time you spent 20 hours with a friend of yours that wasn't y'all weren't making money together.
Yes, actually, I have. I have played a lot of split screen games.
No, I'm not saying
I haven't played split screen.
No, I'm not saying you haven't played a lot of split screen games. I'm saying you can't tell me the last time you spent like 20 hours with someone just chilling, like over like the course of like a month.
The last time I did that was for Gears of War 3. I did that for Gears 3, and I was playing with my little sister when we were living in the same fucking household. That's a long time ago.
I'm saying like bar hopping or going to the movies. Like every weekend, you guys hook up. Like that generally doesn't happen that much.
Yeah, actually, I still got some friends that do that. Believe it or not,
Yeah, you're
they value friendship.
I'm not. I value friendship. I think we all value friendship, but I just think
They value in person friendship.
I think the reality is that a lot of people just don't get together as much as we would like to believe. People just
Y'all better start getting together now. These student loans about to come in September. Everybody about to be broke. That's a different topic, but yeah.
Joe Byron told me I was good to go. So
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to him on that one. You don't have no pull.
I'm gonna send my bill to Joe Byron.
Not Joe Byron.
But I think it's. I mean, honestly, I think when this September comes, I think people are going to be in the house more. I think it's time. I think who knows? We may get some more cost friendly activities. Whip out that old split screen co-op or split screen versus games again.
Yeah, being in the house more does not translate to going over each other's houses.
It does not. It means I can play with you from my couch. We're still playing couch co-op. I'm just not on your couch, bro. It's okay.
That's not couch.
Are you on a couch? You're on a couch.
No. Where am I? What is this?
I mean,
what is this?
I got friends that might come over like once a week to watch a football game or something like that. It's like 3 hours. So you do that times like 4. It's like 16 hours a week. But then on top of that, like we're not gaming at the same stuff like that either. I mean,
back in the days when you used to sync up your schedules.
Well, back in the day, my friend lived up the street. I had to walk to his house, not drive. The worst thing we had was homework, having to study. That's about it.
I know you have kids and wives, and we have to be providers now.
You got to take them to their sports stuff, all of them, like sometimes 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. maybe the only 3 hours you guys have, and couch co-op may not be an option because you still got to wake up. You still got to get a couple hours of sleep so you can go to work and be somewhat of a functioning being.
Yeah. Man, I kind of miss having friends over to play video games. I mean, granted, my friends have been busy lately, and we do. My friends have been asking me about it. They called me up, and I was like, "Hey, man, it's been a while since you invite friends over. One, because my couch is broken. I need a new couch. It's not as cushiony as it used to be."
The last time that I truly remember like having like a gaming session was probably at Kofi's house, but that was like years. Like now, we have like gaming sessions, but we just like go over his house and watch our kids play the game. We're not actually like really like playing it because like Ninja Turtles thing over. Yeah, we haven't like had like a true like guys get together rock pretty long.
That's very unfortunate.
Oh, you know
what?
No,
You should probably bring it.
We did it for his birthday a couple years ago. We all brought our own systems and we played, but it wasn't no couch co-op.
Oh, actually, speaking of which, I need to invite you guys. There's a Saturday bar events that I need to invite you guys to. That actually a bunch of gamers come to together, and they have like retro tournaments, like Mario Kart Double Dash, some other stuff at a bar.
That sounds like
that's in Maryland.
That sounds like a Zero activity. Sure, he probably already there.
Yeah, but it's couch co-op. I mean, I understand people don't do it no more, but it's maybe because it's our generation, so that's the ones to hold on to it. But these newer generations, they're gonna be pissed off when they can't hook up when they only can hook up one controller to their consoles with the next generation because they don't care about couch co-op. Watch, that's probably going to happen, and that would be so sad. You buy a console and only can have one controller hooked up to it at a time. Except for the Nintendo Switch, they're the only. Nintendo Switch is the only Nintendo's the only company that's going to keep that multiplayer thing, couch co-op, local co-op thing alive. All the other companies are probably be like Sony and Microsoft are gonna be like, fuck it.
I don't think that's gonna be a thing because you still got like sports games, still have like fighting games, and those games, it doesn't like 2-player modes are like a thing, and you don't have to do split screen or anything special for them. like your FIFAs, your Madden, your Mortal Kombat, Street Fighters. Those games are always gonna have like a player two type thing.
Yeah.
Mm,
But it's like it's
that's
not
it.
split screen though. It's not rendering the game twice. It's rendering it once, and it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's why you're all like that reason that right there is gonna be the reason why you always gonna have multiple controllers because it's like
Yep. Not
I
wrong.
mean, all the controllers I have now.
but yeah. That's pretty much it for our topics today. We will roll into our outros. I just want to thank everyone for coming out and watching us live, surviving me the first couple of minutes of our show while the rest of our panel was finding their way to Discord from wherever they were. And I am going to ask that you, if you enjoyed the show, that you like and share it out. And with that being said, Nappy, where can people find you and what are you reviewing?
Yes. I owe you guys an apology because I was supposed to get a review done this past weekend, but my mind got caught up
Blame it on
and
alcohol.
some other. Yeah, let's just blame it on alcohol. Even though I wasn't drinking, we'll just blame it on alcohol. But yes, I gotta. I'm going to finish this review of this controller this week. For the Beaton Zeus 2 controller. Also, I also have the FlyDigi Apex 3 controller, which honestly is like one of the best controllers you can honestly get for gaming PC. Also, I have this controller right here to review, which is the GameSir G7 SE controller. This is the controller with the Hall effect joystick, so you don't have to worry about stick drift. So this is a valuable controller to me that you should have, or at least a backup controller, because the only downside with this controller so far is the fact that it's wireless. I mean, it's wired, and it's not a wireless controller, which Xbox players really care about for some crazy reason. And I also have another controller that's by Big One, the Big One Blitz controller. That's for PC and Nintendo Switch I'm reviewing. So those are my 4 controllers I'm reviewing. But also, if you guys want to find me anywhere else or want to ask me some questions, you can go into Nappy Senshi Facebook, Nappy Senshi on Twitter, Nappy Senshi here on YouTube. Go check out my controller reviews. The recent controller review I put out was one with less than 1 millisecond pulling rate, or 1,000 hertz milliamp pulling rate, which gave it less than 1 millisecond input latency. And it's actually one of the fastest controllers you can get on PC and Nintendo Switch, which is surprising. So, but yeah. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys next time. And I will not dive into Baldur's Gate 3 so I can get this controller review done. Because if I do, I'm not getting off. I'm sucked in.
All right. Omar, where can people find you? And
People can find me @Caravan_Cab on Twitter and Game Player every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Shout out to the crew. Hit that like button.
all right. X series. Where can people find you?
Oh, who me? Oh,
Yeah.
Mr. Moneybags over here. Oh, that's a drone. Don't worry about that. That's a drone on my shelf.
That's cool. I was where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Jubei X Sensei on gaming platforms, Jubei Sensei everywhere else. I will be getting into this Starfield and probably nothing else the rest of the week, so I'm playing what I can up until that point. I got some new stream layouts that I need to put into OBS and work on for when I start doing my Starfield streams and stuff. So I've made some Starfield themed shit
I
for
actually
my
lost my
Twitch goal.
Constellation edition because I had a card canceled.
No!
I thought I already
Wow.
paid for it. I figured I already paid for it. I'm good to go, and then whatever.
What? No.
No need to kill. No need to kill anyone. But yeah,
Are you kidding me, though? Did you order it from Bethesda, or who did you order it from?
Order it through Best Buy.
That's why. That's because they don't charge you for it until it ships or it's ready.
Yeah.
You get a pre-authorization, and then like, nah, Bethesda took that shit immediately. Like day one, ain't no pre-authorizations. Nah, you paying for this now, B.
Yeah,
So,
if that was the case, I would have still had it, but I didn't. You know, it was sold out on Bethesda's website pretty much. You know,
it is. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It
I
ain't
lost.
make it.
So I lost it. I'll just get the premium.
That's
edition.
tough.
It's all good.
That's tough. No, I don't want to hear this, bro.
I'm
I'm
not.
I'm
hurt.
sorry.
I'm not hurt by it. I'm good. There'll be other
We was
collector's editions.
we was supposed to be watch buddies, bro. That's hurt.
But but the thing is that collector's edition, like Bethesda's Bethesda's collector's editions don't really go away, and they drop in price pretty fast also. So I'll probably get it. I'll probably still end up getting it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I need that watch to complete, my fit. To go with this bad boy. I need my watch to go with everything else that I got going on over here.
My man got the hoodie.
I mean, I expect us to talk about Starfield for at least about an hour next week, because it is literally the game that forced Xbox to spend $7 billion. So I think we'll be
Wait,
talking
are we
about
doing
Starfield.
are we doing a mod next? Are we doing a show next week Monday? Because we got Labor Day weekend.
It's up to you guys. I'll be available.
I will be. I don't work. Fuck. That's next Monday. Yeah, I don't have to work. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm off of work too. So yeah, whatever you guys want to do, I'll be available. But it's your boy Pharaoh. You can find me on Twitter at Pharaoh Bizarre, and anywhere you like to watch streamers at the Land of Pharaoh. That being said, that is our outros. Thank you for getting your weekly dose of that vitamin G. We are out.